What makes Homo sapiens different from our ancestors and other primates? Our modern thinking, our ability to plan, create, and innovate. It all comes down to one powerful cognitive trait. That trait is an enhancement of working memory, a unique characteristic that sets us apart from earlier humans and Neanderthals. In today's video, we'll explore the fascinating evolution of the human brain, based on the insights from the Rise of Homo Sapiens, The Evolution of Modern Thinking, by Frederick L. Coolidge and Thomas Wynn. Our brain is a remarkable organ, often called the inner universe. The human brain is composed of different regions, each with specialized functions. The prefrontal cortex, for example, is responsible for decision-making, planning, and regulating our thoughts. It's the command center of our working memory. But don't be fooled by myths, like the idea that we only use 10% of our brain. Every part of the brain has a purpose, working together to make us who we are. Our working memory, as outlined in Alan Baddeley's model, is a cognitive superpower. It has four main parts. The central executive acts like a conductor, directing our mental processes and connecting them to long-term memory. The phonological loop is our inner voice, rehearsing language and sounds. The visuospatial sketchpad is like an inner eye, visualizing and manipulating images and space. Finally, the episodic buffer brings it all together, temporarily holding and integrating different types of information. These components work in harmony, allowing us to perform complex tasks. From solving problems to planning the future, working memory is key. But how did this complex brain evolve? Over millions of years, genetic changes and natural selection slowly shaped our ancestors' brains. One key factor was encephalization, or the increase in brain size relative to body size. The larger our ancestors' brains became, the more room there was for advanced cognitive functions like working memory. Let's step back to the early hominins. Our distant ancestors, like Australopithecus, were already showing signs of increased brain power. Bipedalism, the ability to walk on two legs, was one of their key traits. But it wasn't just walking that changed us, it was also toolmaking. Crafting stone tools required procedural memory and spatial cognition. Even modern primates like Kanzi the bonobo can nap tools. But what sets humans apart is how we combine this with long-term planning and communication. Around 1.9 million years ago, Homo erectus emerged. They had even larger brains and better tools. They were the first to leave Africa, control fire, and sleep on the ground. These developments may have improved their memory and learning capacity. Homo erectus's adaptability paved the way for the complex cognition we see in modern humans. Next came Homo heidelbergensis around 600,000 years ago. They had more advanced tools and perhaps the beginnings of symbolic thinking. Their tools, like the Levallois technique, showed an understanding of planning and foresight. This suggests a further evolution in working memory and cognitive skills. Neanderthals, our close cousins, had large brains, complex tools, and possibly language. So why didn't they survive? Despite their cognitive abilities, they may have lacked the same enhancements in working memory that Homo sapiens had. This could have given us the edge in survival and innovation. The big leap came around 70,000 years ago with Homo sapiens. Scientists suggest a genetic or epigenetic event may have dramatically enhanced our working memory. This allowed for complex language, mental simulations, and planning. This explosion of cognitive ability led to the rich cultural expression we see in cave paintings, music, and elaborate burials. Archaeologists study this cognitive leap by examining artifacts and behaviors. Tools are often a sign of intelligence, but true cognitive complexity shows up in more advanced signs. These include intricate bone tools, long-distance trade, and the emergence of art and symbolism. It's often said that the size of the frontal lobe explains human intelligence. But research shows this isn't entirely true. Human frontal lobes aren't much larger than those of apes. What matters more is how different parts of the brain are interconnected. Recent studies, like Bruner's research on the parietal cortex, suggest other regions played just as important a role in our advanced thinking. In the end, it was the enhancement of working memory that allowed modern humans to rise above our ancestors and other species. It gave us the ability to think abstractly, communicate in complex ways, and plan for the future. Even today, we're still reaping the benefits of this evolutionary leap. We continue to push the boundaries of what the human mind can achieve. If you're fascinated by the evolution of the human brain and want to dive deeper, check out The Rise of Homo Sapiens, The Evolution of Modern Thinking by Frederick L. Coolidge and Thomas Wynn. Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more engaging videos on the wonders of human history.